Well, hello and welcome to the Mindset Alchemy podcast. I'm Janine and I am so happy to be here with you. How's your year been? How is your life feeling? And what's happening? This is a pivotal point in life very often for many people as they are planning what they're going to do the next year or they have made plans. It can also be a very lonely time of year for a lot of people. And it's for me to say, wherever you are, I am just sending you a very warm and loving velvet-filled hug. I love velvet. It's so soft and smooth, and you rub it up the wrong way and you can see it. That's a bit like life. You can see where it's all nice and smooth, and if you go out of alignment, you can see where you've gone out of alignment. The challenge is so many of us are unable to see it. The interesting thing is we can feel it. We can feel when we're out of alignment. We can feel when things are, um, I'm hearing the phrase, "Alasisni place me." No, it's when things are out of place, when things are, when you walk into a room and you can see somebody, or you have a sense somebody's moved something. I mean, I still remember when I had stuff stolen from me, and you had a sense of something's missing, something's not there. There's like a gap. You can feel the energy of it. This is what reading life is about. Anyway, the bottom line is, when we can feel the alignment of life, when we can feel that we are on purpose and in purpose and working with purpose, it is just so fascinating to me how things unfold and just begin to allow us to step more deeply into who we are and where we're going. And today I would like to talk to you about healing. So many people go, well, somebody else can't heal another person, and they are quite correct. What we can do, though, is we can become a conduit for the energies that do help that person to help their bodies to heal. We can show you better ways of thinking, feeling, and creating. We help you understand various things that release the blocks that are creating the challenges. Now, there's situations that ask to be healed for, healed, their peoples, and all it means is coming into wholeness. And maybe it's just coming into wholeness at that specific time on that specific day. And that is what healing is about. Letting go of the low vibrational blockages and energies in our bodies and in our lives and in situations and moving forward. I know that as a healer, I hold space for people. I help them flow the energies. I know I flow the energy with that person, for that person, and through that person. Yes, I work with my guides. Yes, I work with the various energies around. And the person gets to be willing to receive it. Otherwise, it's just, I'm playing with energy. The important thing is that person gets to understand what they're working with and where they can go. Now, many people call it chi, they call it uh, spirit, they call it whatever it is. What you work with is seeing, what is my body saying? Where is the extreme discomfort? Where is there a niggle? What is it telling me? And you say, body, what are you sharing with me? What are you asking me to shift and to change? This is one of the first things that I work with in Mindset Alchemy, is how to know better ways of knowing intuitively, because your body speaks to you, life speaks to you, you speak to yourself. And the only problem is, what are you speaking to yourself? Are you speaking distraction into your life, or are you speaking expansion, growth, shifting, changing, and realities you would enjoy having, even in the worst of situations? Yes, you're allowed to have that mini meltdown, that vent, that frustration, and then you get to clear the air, clear your energy, and move forward. Because when you can do that, that's what brings the healing. That's what brings the wholeness. I have seen various areas of the body that people may be experiencing life-threatening challenges with. And when we explore where they've suppressed things, where they've been unable to express things, where they have been in judgment of things, or especially of themselves, and where they've taken other people's judgments and expectations into themselves, body tends to show them so that it can be cleared. Now, normally people say, oh, they suddenly died. When you go back and look at it, many people have had the warning signs for a long time. They just ignored it. They just decided to be unaware. And this is one of the reasons I have my Facebook group, Conscious Entrepreneurs Creating Awareness for Success, because that success for you might just be getting out of bed in the morning. That success for you might just be being able to brush your teeth. That success for you might be being able to go to the shops. A success for you might be being able to hug somebody or say hello to somebody. Success for you might be saying, I require assistance here. Please, can somebody help me? Whatever success is for you, it's all part of the healing process. It's all part of the experiencing process. And yes, we may have come here to have that experience. We can turn it around and move forward, whatever it is. Where there's a low vibration, there's a high vibration. Remember, we only have shadows because there's light. When there's an absence of light, there's absolutely no shadow. It's just dark. When we have full light, there will be a shadow. Even at midday, there's a shadow. It might be a weeny little one. And let's bring that light forward, because it's the shadows that I work with when I help people come into healing. Well, they do the healing. I hold the space for them. I also am able to see the bigger picture and see where blockages are and to feel it. Because very often people, when you say you can't see the wood for the trees, that's where we ask for help, because sometimes we are unable to see the wood because we are in between the trees, rather than standing on the mountaintop and seeing the wonderful array of forest below us. A person like myself is standing on the mountaintop and can guide you out of the woods into the light, into where you wish to go and what you choose to do with it. And again, the tenets of mindset alchemy are know intuitively, choose consciously, create intentionally, and be effortlessly. So when you work with those within healing, you ask, well, body, life, what's going on here? Where are the blocks? What am I being asked to do with it? What can I do with it? And then listening for the answers. Again, many times we are so close to the subject that it's important somebody else like myself helps you to hear those answers, helps you to interpret those answers, because then you get to choose consciously the way forward and what you're choosing to do with it. Then we get to the intention part. What is your intention? Do you truly feel you will be well, that you would like a situation to be resolved, that you would like to move forward at work, that you would like to shift your mindset, alchemize those fears, those doubts, those inhibitions, those programmings, so that your mindset can reset? Because where is your mind set to? And we reset it as we alchemize those fears, those doubts, those extreme discomforts in your life, in your body, in your relationships, in your work situations. And this allows us to move forward. When I first started working with it, I was like, oh, my soul. I started off by every 15 minutes tuning into what was I thinking and feeling in that time. People, I learned that I was to very promptly and effectively raise the vibrational tone of my thinking, because most of the times it was along the lines of, oh my goodness, you're so stupid, you couldn't do that. And wow, what a silly thing to do. And it was very, very disempowering. And you do that for 8 hours on a day. So choose a weekend. Or alternatively, what I ask my clients to do is to do it each hour for 3 days in a row. the important thing is to do it in 3 days in a row. And you put a plus if you're high vibrational, a minus if you are knocking yourself down, knocking somebody else down, having doubts, working in fear. You put a minus, and you put a 0 if you're at a space of, well, I'm not sure where I am on this. And then you go and see how many minuses you have and how many pluses you have. Something I also ask my clients to do is to check who you were with and where you were, because as I've discussed on previous podcasts, there are areas that weigh in on how you're feeling, what you're thinking, because you're picking up on other people's vibrations, other people's thinking processes. This is the joy of being an energetic being. We get to communicate with each other energetically. The challenge is most times it's absolutely unconscious. And that is one of the biggest things, is making it conscious. And that is part of the healing process, making conscious what you desire, where you would like to go, and what you would like to do with it. And it helps us then step forward in a much more expansive, free-flowing way. And it allows us then to say, this is what I'm allowing in my day. And as I allow it in my day, where can I make time for play? When I make time for play, success can come and stay. And that is what life is about. Choosing the better feeling thought, choosing the better feeling action, choosing the better feeling situation, where you can pivot it and shift it, and where sometimes you get to literally run away from it. At other times, if you're unable to run away from it, you start becoming curious. Well, what else is possible? Where can this improve? One that I have found very valuable is, what is right about this I may be missing? Something I've also learned is I check in with my body and I ask, whose is this? Is this feeling mine? Is this situation mine to deal with? When my body feels, and I ask, is this mine? When my body feels light, then it's mine. When my body feels heavy, I know it belongs to somebody else. And then I say, you can hear my voice is reminding me. Then I say, well, what's the truth about this? Where am I going with this? Because truth is a very powerful switch word, and it helps us to switch the way we're feeling, what we're doing. Another thing I've also worked with is super conscious. This is what I would love to have to achieve. See any and all resistance and deal with it perfectly. Anyway, back to the first thing, and I'll say, I release all energies and emotions belonging and situations belonging to other people from my body and my vicinity as fast as possible, and as fast as is comfortable for me. Wow. Even as I said that, I feel my body releasing. I feel my body allowing in something better. I have shared this story before. There was an area that I would run in, and every time I ran there, not every time, a lot of times that I ran there, I would come away feeling very heavy, very despondent, very unhappy, until it clicked after the fourth or fifth time I went, it's happening in that same spot for that same stretch. So the next time I went, I cleared the energy, the low vibrational. I asked that Mother Earth absorb it, mulch it, and return it as lightness, as love, as laughter. And subsequently, I haven't had that experience there. We are amazingly powerful, and because we're unaware of the power we have to bring that wholeness, to bring that creativity into our life, and to create that better feeling action, to have a better feeling outcome in our lives. And when it feels unpleasant, uncomfortable, we get to explore it. This is where stillness, contemplation, meditation, journaling are so important. So speak out loud and hear yourself think, because then you can hear what you're thinking. And that can be very scary sometimes, people. Anyway, if you would like to explore this more in depth, come and join me in my free Facebook group, Conscious Entrepreneurs Creating Awareness for Success, or reach out and book a sounding board session, and let's see where I can help you know that life is always working out for you, and that healing is something that we do anyway, and let's do it consciously. Have an incredible day. Bye-bye.